This is my favorite place and my favorite time of day. I come out here to unwind. I thought about going live, but it just takes so much energy, and I have been so introverted lately that I just really don't want to interact with people. That's how bad it's been. But I love coming out here at this time. Look at the sky. Wow. It's amazing. This is like my favorite place in the world besides the river. I love coming out here. I spend more time with the dead than I do the living. I understand them. It's the living I don't understand. Seriously, that's why I'm like, look, I'm a loner. I like it that way. I like being alone. It's not complicated. I don't have to try to figure shit out. I just understand it. It smells like something's burning. It has this burning smell out here. It's almost like a rubber or chemical or something burning. I don't know, it's really weird. I like coming out here in the daytime because usually when I upload my video, people see all kinds of blips and all kinds of energies moving around. And they're like, oh, look, right there. And a lot of times people will like even put the time stamp. They'll go back and they'll like tell me the time stamp, and like they'll kind of circle where the energy was blipping around at. I had something crazy because, well, I'm not going to talk about that because that's somebody else's business. But let's just say a good friend of mine saw Santa Marta, my saint. Her son saw him. And so she sent me a message and she said, what do you know about a Martha or Marta? And I was like, well, that's my saint. And she said her child saw her. And you know, I've posted pictures of her. She has like all the snakes all around her and like all the skulls at her feet. And y'all know, like, I really identify with her, like on a soul level I do. So it was just really interesting. I was like, damn. But yeah, it's, oh my God, it's like so peaceful out here. You know what? I think I'm going to get up one morning very soon and go see the bats. I have not done that for a while, and God knows I love that. Crows and bats. Unfortunately, somebody's engine's messing up my peace and tranquility right now. Y'all know, I like over the summer, I literally went to the cemetery and would sit like by a tree like this and would fall asleep under the tree in the cemetery. This cemetery. This is like one of 3 that I go to, but this is my favorite because it's like close to my house, because this is the one over here by St. Vincent. And I just live right over there. There's St. Vincent. Here's the hospital. I just live right over there off 22nd and Morton, so like I literally could walk over here. But yeah, I work at the club later. I have made so much progress on my journey. If you've been following my blog, my views have doubled and tripled. My channel is doing really good. My smell goods business, I'm just really, really proud of myself because I get up early in the morning. I make stuff, you know, I deliver it to people. I take orders. I'm just really happy. I'm gonna tell you what, getting fired was the best damn thing that ever happened to me. A lot of times something will happen, we'll be like, damn, this is so bad. That's why you don't judge things as being good or bad, because everything is for your highest good, whether or not you can see it or not. It sounded like something was behind me. Huh. But everything's for your highest good, whether or not you see it or not, you know? I've taken these energies home with me before. I have. I've gotten home and been like, make yourself known to me. And they do. But see, I don't see or hear. I'm a feeler. I think they call it clairsentience. And then I kind of translate the energy. That's how I read cards too, because when I pull my cards, I read the energy of the cards. Sometimes I get it wrong because it's so hard to translate energy into words. I mean, I know how it feels, but putting it into words, sometimes it gets lost in translation. So, I was trying to think if anything significant happened. Well, sort of, but I'm not ready to talk about that yet. All I can say is that I've just aligned to all kinds of different situations, and it's like energy changes, and then before you know it, I have moved on from that situation and I'm on to something else. So I've learned just to be fluid and just kind of go with the flow. That's the reason why I don't like to commit to anything right now. Because anything that I commit to, I mean, I end up being very unhappy because my energy changed. And if I get a phone call or something, which my phone hasn't rang all day, thank you. I think it's rang twice. And it messes up this video because that's what happens when I don't do a live video. I'm going to post it anyway. So if there's an abrupt ending, that's what happened. Because I hate to start it all over again. But like I said, I am going to stay out here and just kind of connect a little bit before it gets too dark. Well, look at the sky. It's wicked, isn't it? I love that kind of thing. I absolutely love it. Look. Yes. But like I said, no commitments. I'm not tying myself down. I'm just fluid. That is my word lately, fluid. Everything's fluid. It's changing. It's energy's flowing. I'm not staying stagnant. I'm growing. I'm expanding. It's a beautiful thing. But if you have not read my blog, oh my gosh, it's just so deep. It's so high vibrational. And even my channel with like my horoscope readings, I'm gonna lean on this for a minute. I'm so out of shape. Even with like my horoscope readings, a lot of times when people do like the zodiacs, they're all like, oh, your love interest is coming back. They're leaving their partner. They got into a fight. She caught him cheating. You know, that kind of bullshit. But people love that stuff. They flock to YouTube for that kind of stuff. And so my thing is, I really don't read like that because I see things differently. And from what I've learned, especially about relationships, is like I'm like no longer jealous anymore. And if someone who I really care about ends up with another partner for a while, that's okay. Because once again, that has came to serve me. Because how can a person miss you or even realize how much they care about you if y'all don't have time apart for a while? You know, if they don't experience someone else. And sometimes, you know, they have to learn from that person. That's why I said about fluid. And then you guys come back together again and, you know, you might be on again, off again. I mean, but that's all right because a lot of times people judge that as bad, you know. But it's all about soul growth. And it's all right. So when I read more from that perspective. Like, you know what? It's not good. It's not bad. Everything doesn't have to be labeled. You know, it just is. And everything that's happening, and once you realize that your soul is in charge and has been since the day that you were born into the physical body that you're in, and you have had no control whatsoever because control is just an illusion, you'll get out of your own way. You know, you'll get out of your own way and you'll just let things flow and let things happen and stop trying to control because you have no control anyway. You might as well realize that. So that's where I'm at with things. And I just don't label them anymore. You know, I just accept things and you know, you might get upset about it. It might be something you don't like, but you know, like I say in my readings all the time, how do you know what you like if you don't experience what you don't like? And then you can send out a strong signal into the universe. Look, I don't like this shit. Don't send me any more of it. Send me something else. You know, a lot of times we think that's something we want. Have you ever wanted something so bad and you went after it hard and then you get it and you're like, ugh, I don't even want this. It doesn't even resonate with me. It's because You followed your head, which is your ego, and not your heart. You got in your own way and thought you knew what you wanted, and your soul was like, fuck it, I'm gonna let you find out that's not what you want, because you're gonna learn from it anyway. There's no messing up, because you're still gonna end up at the right destination anyway, whether or not you get in your own way or not. You're just gonna have extra lessons, that's all. So that's where I'm at with things, you know, and I'm perfectly all right with fluid relationships and people loving people right where they're at, doing what they're doing and who they're doing it with, and loving them, loving yourself. I'm not talking about being a doormat, you know, have boundaries. But what I'm saying is learn and grow and come back together again, be stronger, be better for it. You know, if you got to go back out and do it again, do it again. But anyway, I go to the club tonight. I like my little club job, although last night was kind of crazy because the plumbing in the bathroom stopped up and backed up, and so it like messed up my whole operation I have going on in the bathroom. So basically I got paid to just stand in there and tell people, don't flush the toilet, don't turn on the sink, here's some hand sanitizer, for 4 hours. But you know, it was good pay, so I mean, it was a little stressful, a little touch and go, dealing with drunks, telling them don't flush the toilet, and drunks don't listen. But it was okay. But if I can get out, it smells like barbecue. Probably the pit, because you know, this is not that far from the pit. If I can get out one morning this week, I'll take a picture, I'll take a video of the bats. I might go live. It's just going live just takes so much more energy. I'm like, you know, it's just, I have been like, y'all just do not realize how introverted I have been. Literally, I sit in my house by myself. I listen to music, I listen to YouTube videos, I come out, I do this, I might walk around the neighborhood, I do yoga. You know, when I'm not doing my business, that's what I'm doing. So I just don't like being around a lot of people. I really don't. I think I've needed this time though, you know, to just kind of reflect and really get in touch with who I am, who I truly am, because what I realized was I wasn't even who I thought I was. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, Tracy's changed. Yeah, and you know, I've made some so-called mistakes, and once again, remember when I said there are no mistakes? There's just more opportunities for learning and for growth. Well, so there are no mistakes. So basically, I didn't make any mistakes. And when I say I live unapologetically, I mean that. But people are like, oh, she's changed. You know what? I didn't even know who I was. Y'all didn't even really know who I was, because I had to do all this shedding of all these layers of who I thought I was, of all this conditioning, of all this human conditioning, of all this ego conditioning, of all this fear-based energy that I was in order to really realize who I was on a soul level. And that's what I've done. I didn't even know who I was. You know, so how, you know, and I'm trying to move out of that energy of worrying or caring what people think of me. Seriously. I'm trying to get out of that energy, you know, because you know, when you have the type of scandal I had, you know, all you could do is just say, fuck it. Shit. Fuck it. But, basically people were like, oh, well, ever since she left her husband, her life's been so bad. How are you going to tell me my life's been bad? I have more peace than I've ever had in my life. I was with a schizophrenic for 20 years who I got to the point where I couldn't even cook because he was so paranoid I was poisoning him for years and years and years. He had to stand in the kitchen and watch me cook. I finally got to where I just bought frozen dinners. Fix it yourself. I always had a man under the bed, in the closet, some damn where. I was always accused of shit. It was terrible. I couldn't go in stores by myself because there was a man in the store somewhere I was fucking in the store. So how y'all gonna tell me I was happier then than what I am now? I got so much fucking peace that I don't even want to let anybody in my peace. That's how bad it is. So to sit up and judge me, and you know, my fucking boss at my other job, who I thought was a friend was telling people, oh, she had some kind of mental breakdown or some type of midlife crisis. How you gonna tell me, you know, what happiness looks like and what it doesn't look like? Are you happy? You know, what you need to be worried about is your own marriage and your own happiness, as well as the co-workers where I used to work at. One of them, she needs to worry about why she's walking around with black eyes all the time, talking about me on Facebook, social media and stuff. You know, I had to go through and block a whole bunch of bitches. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get involved in the drama. I'm just not. I'm not going to get involved in that, because the point that I got to is I am not going to keep, oh, it was a bat or a bird. Was it a bat or bird? I think it was a bird. Whew, flew right over my head. Kind of scared me. The point that I've gotten to is I'm not going to stay in any relationships, any situations, any circumstances, or keep anybody in my life anymore who does not resonate. I don't give a damn if we have the same blood. I don't care if I've known you for 30 years. If I no longer resonate with you, I'm not going to stay with you in my life out of a sense of obligation or commitment, because my sense of obligation and commitment is to Tracy. Period. Point blank. I put myself first. So that's my rant. I'm just saying, worry about yourself. Stop judging others, because things aren't even what you think they are. You know, how you going to act like I'm not happy when I know I'm happy? And like I said, I'm working on not caring what people think. This has been an ongoing thing for me. But I'm getting there. I'm working on being the queen of no fucks given and just not caring. Because there's too much energy. I don't really have the energy to give to that anymore. I don't have the energy to sit up and, you know, my thing is even with like a relationship, I really don't have the energy to sit up and wonder and ponder and try to figure out what somebody's thinking, how they're feeling, where we're at, what is expected of me. I just don't. I would almost rather just be by myself, because that's too much energy. It just is. And so that's kind of a little bit of what I've gone through over the past week. My situations change quick because my energy changes fast, and I'm always shifting and evolving and changing. And as I do that, people and situations no longer resonate when they did before, just a few days ago. So no judgment though, it's just how it is. So it's getting kind of dark out here now. I like it. This is really like this right now is really how I like it out here at the cemetery. I love this, seriously. You know, no, I'm not scared of any of these souls out here. No, I don't really have fears. I really don't. I'm not really scared of anything. I have no fears at all. Plus, I know that fears, we attract our fears. So it's very, very important to clear your fears, because you will attract that shit by the law of attraction. The law of attraction is always working. And what you focus on, you manifest. So make sure that you are focused on things that you want and not things that you don't want, because that's how it works. Well, I think I'm going to go charge my phone. I got a little bit of time before I head over to Bourbon Street. I really just want to stay home. I'm sleepy tonight. I really worked my ass off today. I really got out and got it. I clearing stuff, a lot of stuff out. A lot of stuff I've been trying to move for a while. I was like, you know, rock bottom prices. I still have some burning oils and sprays that are for like the low. I moved all my blunt power sprays, which I was very happy to do. Ever since I started making my own sprays, I can't give those away. So when I came through with like really good prices, people were like, oh yeah, I'll take those. So, but yeah, I'm still smelling barbecues. I tell you what, I try to live in the moment and in the now, but I will say that I'm ready for warmer temperatures. I will say that as a very cold-natured person. Look how spooky it looks out over there. It's good stuff, man. I'm attracted to things that other people are like scared of, because it like really intrigues me. It really does. Like, let me get out in the cemetery and there's big black crows sitting on top of the tombstones. Oh my God, that's so wicked. Or like bats flying across the sky. I literally could be Morticia Adams. I love that shit. But see, I never liked that stuff before. Like I said, it's just really weird because as I have gone along this journey, I have realized that I didn't even know who I was. I have woke up to like a whole different side of myself that I never knew, which is really crazy. But it's been magical too. I mean, all of it. It's just been very magically guided and divinely guided. And I'm about to get in this car. But you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to get out tomorrow with my son, Malcolm. I think I'm going to move a lot of my short incense. I was going to make some of the long tonight because I make it just about every day. And I said, you know what? I have a whole display of short incense. So what I'm going to do is pack that up in the morning and I'm going to move it tomorrow. So if you've been wanting the short incense, get with me. But like I said, you guys have a great weekend. Look at the sky. I'm still amazed at that. I haven't gone live for a while, so this is kind of like my live. I just, like I said, I'm just so antisocial right now. All right.